Hi. Look, I I technically didn't lie when I said I was going to stream tomorrow last time I streamed. Uh, I was intending to stream yesterday tomorrow, as in on the same day, but later in the day. I just fucking straight up slept all fucking day yesterday. Um, Probably not good. Means that I was unable to fall asleep at a normal time yesterday, because I woke up at like 9 p.m. Um, it wasn't the most soundest of sleeps either. I was woken up multiple times by neighbor's dog, who I guess they just don't care about their dog because they leave it outside for extended periods of time and it barks forever. Which is great. Definitely helpful for sleeping. And then also, like, yard people came, so that's obviously loud when you've got lawnmowers going. Yeah, not my favorite sleep I've had recently. But it did take up the entire day. So, yeah, I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do. I have to go to work in, like, 4 hours. So, probably not going to get any sleep, as you can imagine. I'm just going to go into work and probably crash as soon as I get home. That seems like as good of a strategy as any. That's pretty much what I've been doing. So, yeah. Cool. I'm just, one of these days I'm going to get back to some level of normalcy. Not for this week, though. This week is still going to be fucked up. But yeah, here I am. I technically not lying when I said I would stream the next day, since that stream was in like the early AMs of yesterday. Technically is tomorrow. Yeah. What else do I have to say? I don't know, it's Nuclear Throne's 5-year anniversary. That's not the only reason I'm playing the game. I also mentioned in yesterday's stream that I wanted to play some Nuclear Throne, so now's a pretty good opportunity. Okay, this is gonna sound like really fucking... Yes, I am kind of literally doing this stream as a method of pumping out YouTube videos so that I have a little bit of a backlog, because I currently have 0 backlog once again. The video that is going to go up today at 12 p.m. my time is the last video I have set to go live. So I'm going to try and fit as many games into this under 4-hour stream as I possibly can. So expect some whiplash, I guess. But, probably only gonna do one run of Nuclear Throne if it gets to loop. If it doesn't get to loop, I'll maybe try a couple. But let's give it a go. I am obviously going to start with a daily, because why wouldn't you? And why did I select chicken? What the fuck? Oh, fuck, we're going. Wow. Okay. Still going for skeleton. That's the only thing I care about in this world is unlocking a skeletal boy and achieving maximum libido. Maximum skeleton libido. My hopes and dreams. Pure bone, 100%. Look at that. And people say that you can't get good use out of his right click until you get through him, but okay. I'll go with it. I love Bolt Marrow. Some would argue that it's not particularly useful unless you have a bolt weapon, but I say that's quitter talk. You are eventually going to get a bolt weapon if you believe hard enough. It'll happen. Probably don't want to use some melee weapon, and the shittiest melee weapon at that. Probably don't want to use the shittiest melee weapon when more or less everything kills me in one hit. Seems questionable. At best. No. I'm not really feeling any of these. I don't really want 2 separate weapon-specific... Is it 2 or 3 weapon-specific mutations that gets, what is it? Iron Heart? Heart of Iron? Something? The weird mutation that has a very specific unlock requirement of multiple weapon-specific mutations. I think it's 3. Because, like, 2 is fairly normal to get on a run. 3 is excess. I like, this literally does nothing for me right now. This does something, but it's not particularly good. Again, this technically doesn't do anything for me right now either. But it is the most likely to be beneficial out of all of these. This is just... I don't know why you would ever pick Eagle Eyes. Sure. When in Rome, I guess. Hey! Checks out. I have notoriously gone on record as saying I'm not the biggest fan of energy weapons. This is fact. It's personal preference. I just don't like him that much, honestly. The only one that I can really get down with is the, what is it, is it the Ultra? Or Super? I think it's Super Plasma Cannon. Ultra has a certain connotation with rads. Oh, is that not it? Yeah, there's a select few weapons with the Ultra surname. I don't know what I'm missing. Oh, he's just chilling up here. Big chillin'. Okay, so we made it to the second area. That's good. Give myself a pat on the back for that one, after not playing for like a few months. I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? I don't know why I thought about that for as long as I did. I forgot that I had put up an input display, but I just was reminded of it when I did some sporadic mouse movements. I wasn't sure if I should just put like the meme input display or an actual input display, but I figured it works well enough that I could have an actual input display. Splinter gun. Now, as I've said in the past, Splinter Pistol is my favorite of pretty much all weaponry. I think Splinter Pistol is just my favorite weapon in the game. I think Splinter Gun is equally good, if not better. Probably just objectively better if you have trigger fingers, especially in the late game. But how often do I find myself in the late game? Ask that question. See where that gets you. All in due time, we'll see. We'll see if I make it to the late game. I have my doubts. I also don't have trigger fingers yet. But there's always potential. There's always potential. I'm not really hoping for anything at this point. Well, okay, there's the big hope. The big obvious hope. The only thing that this run... should I? That seems like a bad idea. I'm not going to. The obvious thing that this run still needs is a... Oh, what? Where's the last enemy? Always a bird. Always a bird that's flown away. Left its coop. The one thing that every single skeleton run needs is a way of disposing of myself on the labs. Like, I could go the jungle. I don't really want to. All of these are still, like, complete garbage. I guess I'm genuinely taking Eagle Eyes here? You know what I probably should have done is taken, I shouldn't be here. Fuck. I'm gonna do another run. That was a situation where like, Nuclear Throne does that. It's designed around that. The fact that things are temporary on the ground, so you feel a need to rush in there, even when it's a bad idea. I'm gonna blame that mostly on the fact that I was essentially doing a B-skin run on accident. Not getting offered any sort of protection as melting is pretty bad by the time you get to the junkyard. Like, obviously I've done it before, I'm rocking B-skin, but that's the kind of thing you need to be in practice for, and I would not call myself in practice. Definitely not. Why am I taking so long on mutation picks? I'm gonna rack that up to not in practice as well. Let's put that on the shelf. List of things that can fall under that one excuse. Get the most out of it. I'll take it again. I'll take it again. It's hard to say no when it worked out so well last time. Great shots. Oh, great fucking movement, dude. How did he get so good? Thanks for the health pack. I did really need it there. Why? Why pick up fucking bullets when you're basically full? Oh, making rookie mistakes. See, this is... It's all because I'm out of practice, you see. It's simply the only reason. It's not that I was always bad at the game. I'm just out of practice. I do just sort of forget that the right-click ability exists once I get past... Are you fucking kidding me? I guess I'm taking patience, because I'm getting such trash, dude. I am not going to say the game has to give me, like, Strong Spirit or fucking Rhino skin, but that, you know, it'd be nice. It'd definitely be nice. I could use a break here and there. Hello, please don't. But you know, I'll get back into the swing of things sooner or later, and then I can stop using that excuse. He's got jokes. I do need to use the right-click ability more. That's what I was talking about. I was like, I had completely forgotten what thread I was on. I remember. That's the sentence I was trying to make. Do I, like, no. I probably just made, like, thousands of people across the world puke with that one decision. Even if for a split second before I doubled back and changed my mind. Yeah, well, okay, Bloodlust is just, like, really good. I do see the point of Open Mind when you're trying to get Skeleton. Because, like, I don't know, my strategy for Skeleton, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is, hello, I would like these items, these valuables that are not valuable in the slightest. Wow, a lot of assassins here. My strategy for Skeleton is just don't care about getting a weapon to kill yourself until you're literally on, like, the level before labs. And I'm not talking about, like, the ice level, I'm talking about, like, ice level 3. I forget what... Let's see, Junkyard is 3. So ice level would be 5. I'm talking 5-3. Had to do some quick maths in my head. Counting is a form of math. In my eyes. Please? No. This isn't worth it, but 32 bullets! Let's go. Almost burned myself to death for them. Because, like, the fire particles, like, they last for a little bit after touching the wall. So even though it looked like it was done spitting, there could have still been some hot secrets behind the smoke and ash. We'll never know what that weapon was until after this. This quick commercial break, where I spend an hour looking at garbage mutations and pick the best of the trash. Impact wrist isn't horrible, unlike the SMG. It's fair. I do get a little too up close and personal with enemies because they do have a minimum firing range. Like, if you bully enemies, they can't attack you. But I probably do it a little bit too aggressively as the character that dies in one hit. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm actually going to keep those guys alive there for some bonus ammo. Hot gamer tip. If you spawn the portal close to those surprise ammo boxes, it gives you ammo that you can actually use. Who would have thought? What a world. Wow, if I didn't right-click there, I was dead. Because I was definitely doubling back right over that bullet. 100%. Hop gun. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. I'm taking open mind. I'm taking plutonium hunger. Let's see how it works. Now, see, I can't actually tell if open mind will do me any good until I get to the ice level. Because, like, the whole point of taking it is the potentiality, the bonus potentiality, I should say, of getting a weapon to kill myself before the labs. Because I've done it both ways. I've waited till right before the labs to get a weapon to kill myself, and I've done a fair amount of experimenting with taking a weapon as early as possible that allows you to kill yourself. The problem is, when you take the early ones, like the basic bitch grenade launcher, some of the more garbage mini grenade weapons, you get into a situation where, yes, you have a weapon to kill yourself, but it's also just a completely worthless weapon, and a detriment to the run as a whole. The obvious best weapon of choice is Bloodhammer, I think is the name of it. Blood Shovel? It's gotta be Bloodhammer. Blood Shovel sounds silly, but I wouldn't put it past them. You can't always get the Bloodhammer. I'm starting to think it's actually Blood Shovel, though. I don't know, it's something. It's something unorthodox, I'm sure. Oh, really? I thought that would be the end. Color me surprised. But yeah, that is like the cream of the crop weapon for taking yourself out. Because the biggest downside... Hello! The first wow was because I was surprised that this guy even spawned in this area. Like, it's been a while since I played Nuclear Throne regularly, but, like, how often do these guys spawn in that area? I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind. I was like, I don't think assassins do... I don't know. Maybe I am going crazy. I didn't think that was normal, what just happened. It's probably just because I haven't played in a decade. But for some reason, that situation that just happened there is jumping out to me as rare. Either I just don't really pay attention to the assassins because you usually just kill them while they're asleep, and they're not that big of a deal. Hey, finally, some defense. That Anyways, the second exclamation was because I really thought that one really, really solid... Wow, why dodge in that way? Complete dumbassery. I thought that one laser pistol shot would have killed him. And it probably would have if I was more accurate, but... we can't ask for things that are simply impossible. We just can't. Getting lots of good. Lots of good. But as I was saying, the explosive weapons are the most common forms of skeleton enabling, as I like to call it. The only problem with them is it blasts your melted body all over the place, so you kind of have to do it in a tight corridor so as not to blow yourself all over the place. Even worse with impact risks, I'm pretty sure. I think impact risks does also affect your own corpse when you blow yourself up. But why? Well, I can't complain, because I already have, like, 2 incredibly good mutations, but fuck it, I'm going to the jungle. Why not? Not that I'm ever going to make it that far anyways. Like, I have not been putting on the best performance today. I can't believe JW tweeted he fucking on the daily. Beat the game. The true ending at that. But he did cheat. Like, can you really call it the true ending if you're gonna play as Crystal? What's going on, JW? I thought you stood for something. Not that I'm really... I don't exactly have the words, or the actions to back up my words, I mean. What do I stand for? The only thing I've shown that I stand for is dying on 3-1. Look who's talking, right? So yeah, Bloodhammer / shovel, whatever the fuck it's called. Why have I gotten such trash weapons? I've probably gotten better weapons, but completely ignored them. That seems like something I would do. Seems like, ooh, wow. What a truly cursed start. Hey, there's a couple of hundred of these guys, huh? Yeah, they were like completely scoping that. There is so many angles scoping on the one hallway you had to walk through. They really set up a fucking firing squad on me. Oh, he's dead. That makes sense. I thought I don't know, I saw like shifty eyes, I didn't trust it. It's probably just smoke or dust or something. So obviously you can't take boiling veins. As much as boiling veins sounds like a good idea, you do sometimes have to kill yourself with explosives. It's just the way of the world. So yeah, you take Bloodlust. Why wouldn't you? Again, I have no idea why I'm taking so long on these mutation decisions when there's like a clear, obvious, correct choice most of the time here. Chalk it up to dumb brain. I'd rather not. I'd really rather not. No, those are my you bitch! I earned these. Oh, are you really? Ah, you son of a bitch, you've done it. You've gone and done it. I didn't want this. Just fucking do it. Whatever. I guess I'm going to pick a crown. I always avoid crowns. Is that just a me thing? Am I the weird one? The portal is definitely not helping my field of vision here. It's just, don't do what I was doing there. It's not a good idea to push forward in the level as melting when your field of view is fucked up by the portal so much. Would not recommend. Throne butt or trigger fingers? I personally am a trigger finger son of a gun. That's just me though. If I was a smart man, I would think about how I said I was gonna go to the jungle, and probably would have took Throne Butt. I can't take Crown of Destiny. I was gonna say fuck it, take Crown of Destiny. Can I take Crown of Destiny? I'm afraid of what it'll do to the achievement, because I feel like I don't want to risk it. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of bad. I'll just fucking take Crown of Haste. I would rather take a crown than no crown. No crown is kind of boring. I've done it in the past, so I'm not going to say I'm a true man of honor or anything, but for some reason, I felt like being a man of honor this time. What was I saying? I was saying some dumb shit, like always. This is bad. Not even close. Disc gun? I mean, how could you not? Even for a few seconds. It's fucking 5-year anniversary, right? Who would I be if I didn't take Disc gun on this day of all days? It really doesn't do that much damage, though, huh? Okay. Meme run over. God. Now I'm serious, man. Everything is serious. No fucking around at all. Ever. I would never. That's why I'm using the wrench. The most serious of all weapons. I mean, it's the only thing that really helps me immediately. Like, this is possibly the worst set of mutations you can get. So fine, fuck it. I guess I'm being a long arm boy today. Do some cheesy strats. Someone ordered the Velveeta surprise. Yeah, fuck it. This is a valid combination of weapons. People use this. Alright. No, I'm not gonna do it again. I did it once. I technically didn't die because of it. I died because I'm stupid. But I was afraid of the discs. And that fear is all it takes. Need to play more disc room before I lose that fear. Kinda garbage. And kinda is being polite. Yeah, fuck it. I'll melee this guy to death. You get multi-hits when he's dashing at you. It's a valid strategy. I mean, if I get a good melee weapon, long arms is, like, actually not bad. If I get trigger fingers, especially, that's, like, the one thing you really need to get melee to work. There's no reason to take an ammo box. Well, I guess it does give me ammo for something else, huh? Sure. Why not? Yeah, that helps. That helps with the early melee weapons that are complete ass, I guess. Kind of tough choice there, but literally everything I asked for was presented before me, so. Like, it's so nice when you have trigger fingers. Hey! You could see me try and duck behind that corner. What a shot, though. Like, props up to that guy. Okay, this is serious run. I am not going to take a fucking meme melee weapon and make it work for as long as possible. I'm just gonna fucking play the game. I'm gonna have a good time. And I'm gonna get past the junkyard. Past the crystal level, even. Let's set our goals for the... Shoot for the skies, you know? Or the stars, or something. Shoot for the stars. There you go. That's still not right. It's shoot for the moon, and at least you'll land amongst the stars. One of these days, I'll get my references in order. One of these days. Please? Thank you. I got most of that. Gaming. You gotta take Rhino Skin. There is no debate on that one. I almost died if I didn't take Rhino Skin. But because I took Rhino Skin, that turns it to almost dying into almost being an idiot. Which, you know, I can handle that. I already know I'm an idiot. No almost necessary. So bad, man. Sure, give me extra feet. Why not? Why not? Make me a fast boy, so I can run to my death at increased speeds. I should not be doing what I'm doing. Just fucking use your head. I know it's somewhere in there. I hate open, like wide open sewer levels are the absolute worst. Fucking Christ, dude. This is so bad and I have such low ammo. God damn. No. I will not. Well, I might for a split second just to open up the Ninja Turtle level. Which would be... where? Where would that be? If I were a Ninja Turtle level, I would be... oh! Over there! Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess it was one of the only places it could be at that point. Pretty much cleared out the entire level. Wow. See, they offer you the garbage choice so that they can fit all of the good options into one single mutation pick. Do I need both Strong Spirit and Rhino Skin? History proves yes, in the past 30 minutes at least. But I'm a stronger gamer than that. The question is, fucking trigger fingers or bolt arrow? I don't have a bolt weapon, but like, I do suck at aiming. It's not necessarily the suck at aiming. Like, bolt arrow does more than fix your aim. We jamming, though. Who knows if I'll live long enough for that to actually help me. Alright. Ninja Turtle levels is actually good for a number of reasons. A, bonus XP. Radiation, as they call it. B, actually increases, like, the level counter, difficulty counter, whatever you want to call it. Which means that I see, like, weapons that would normally only be possible one level later, one level earlier. God, I can't fucking... I can't explain things for shit today. Or most days. You know, I just can't explain things. Lets me see, weapons one level earlier than they're supposed to show up. There you go. Simplified. And quite elegant of a, an explanation. Pat myself on the back for that one. Alright, I have expended all of my ammunition. Only a third of that, at most, had actually hit anything. That's the problem with the SMG, right there. But why is it good that I can see later game weapons earlier? Because a lot of the... Well, please don't hit the explodey guy with a melee weapon, Will. Please don't. A lot of the better explosive weapons only show up in later levels. Okay, well, how come his shovel gets to go before mine? I got an input display, buddy. You can see that I clicked well before he had fucking swung, but alright. Alright, Buster. You know, I actually, now that I think about it, it was probably because my shovel was on cooldown when I swapped. I'll take ownership for that one. Maybe. I might take ownership for that one. I'll have to look at the tapes. Okay, not worth it at all, but I wanted to play baseball. Every now and then you gotta play a little baseball. Mandatory. Alright, there you go. It's easy when you can cheese him around the corner. I'm gonna not go there. Oh, I have to go there. I was gonna say I'm not gonna go there for a while and hope that the bandits get closer to me. I think the way their well, actually, I think the way their AI works does not apply when they can't see you. But I'm pretty sure when they can see you, their AI is just, like, random chance to move randomly or move towards you. Meaning, if you're in their sight for long enough, they'll inevitably, I mean, if randomness goes your way, move towards you. Well, by the realm of odds and chance, there is a higher likelihood that they'll move towards you. So given an infinite amount of time, they'll always move towards you. This is why I'm not a mathematician. Open mind. Was that a mimic? What? No, that's not a mimic. How did I die so quickly? Was I not at full health? It felt like one bullet killed me, and also... whatever. I had rhino skin, didn't I? Oh, I'm over it. I need to get out of the fucking junkyard, man. Only getting out of the junkyard once this stream. Like, I was expecting to do one of these runs, get to the labs incredibly easily at that. And, fuck it, you know? Get Ultra Mutation as Skeleton, just like that. Just like that. What happened? What happened to my plans? How have my goals been so skewed from getting Ultra Mutation as Skeleton to getting out of the junkyard? Maybe it's because I'm running into the fucking slugs. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I'm realizing for the first time that I suck at the game. Alright. This is actually going to be the last run, even if it is, like, complete garbage fire, which it definitely will be. Maybe not. Holding on to a smidge of hope. The tiny, tiny little inkling of hope. You ever think about how the Inklings are called Inklings? And also... Alright, I got impatient with that guy. That's not the last one. This is the last one. You ever think about how Inklings are called Inklings, and also Squid Kids? Does that mean that the non-kid version of their squid beings are just called Inks? Is that said somewhere? Or am I a genius and the first person to discover such a hidden secret? What am I doing? Fuck it, get weird. Take Throne Butt. Why not? Why not? I mean, that's a pretty good reason as to why you take Throne Butt right there. Just a screen-wide explosion that cleared all of the bullets. Seems pretty good to me. Again, I really do need to right-click more past the first level. I just kind of forget that button exists. Not a good idea. Strategy has not been paying off. See, but this is going well. I should probably not have two of the slowest weapons in the game. Triple machine gun isn't that much better. But it'll do. Oh, really? Why? I could have done the same thing I did last time, which was force the ammo drops to actually be beneficial, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I'm close-ish to max ammo anyways. Alright. See, now that all the nerves have settled, and I'm fully comfortable in the atmosphere of nuclear throning, I can safely say that this is it. This is the skeleton run we've all been hoping and dreaming of. This truly is Ultra Mutation territory. So I guess I never got to the end of that point I was trying to make earlier. I'm not sure if I can take Crown of Destiny. I know that this thread of conversation was like a mile ago. A mile ago, conversationally speaking. Yeah, I'm afraid because Crown of Destiny also picks your Ultra Mutation for you, and one of Skeleton's Ultra Mutations turns him back into melting. I don't want to risk that potentially screwing me out of the achievement. I don't think it would. I'm pretty sure you get the achievement as soon as you level up, not as soon as you pick your Ultra Mutation. So I think I'd be fine, but just to be on the safe side, you know? I would hate to see it happen. So I'll just prevent the world in which enables that from ever existing. Bob and weave. The classic. Okay, not a good place to stand, evidently. I would advise against it. Wow, lots of hot boys on this one. Kinda hate that. This guy's causing all sorts of trouble in the neighborhood. I don't know how I'm alive, man. This level was serious bad news. For more reason than I care to talk about. And the Mimic? Like, come on, man. You can't fit so many cursed things in one level. Truly, truly harrowing. Come on, man. Hate to see it happen. Rabbit Paw is infinitely more valuable. I mean, it's just like... Bloodlust, here's the thing. Woo! Bloodlust does get you more HP, right? But when you're at full HP, it's doing nothing for you. We can all agree that, that's the case, I would hope. Okay. Don't know how that bullet snuck through, but I'll never forgive it. When you're at full HP, Bloodlust is doing jack shit. Rabbit Paw, on the other hand, also gives you more HP, but... I was so far away from that! Alright, don't flirt with the, explosives. I get it. A dance with death is short-lived. I'll remember that. Anyways, Rabbit Paw effectively also gives you more HP, because it just gives you more drops. So when you need HP, it gives you more HP. And when you don't need HP, it gives you more ammo. So it's truly the best of both worlds. There's no real reason to take Bloodlust over Rabbit Paw. The one exception, I guess, is if, like, I don't know, for whatever reason you're a little scared baby and don't want to run in there to pick up the drops. I probably should be more of a scared baby, because running in to get drops has been my downfall more times than once. Hello. Don't mind if I do. But, you know, I forgot what I was saying. Honestly, if you ever hear me pause and say, you know, it's because I completely forgot what I was talking about. Like, absolutely 100%. My mind was wiped of the past 2 minutes of conversation. So we're moving on. This run's pretty good. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how I'm going to swap out a golden laser pistol with a assault rifle, because I don't respect laser weapons. No respect. I remember when this was going to be a single run stream before I move on to something else. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. I gotta start thinking about what I'm gonna do next, though, because obviously this is the run. Oh god. Why do I get so aggressive with enemies? So aggressive. Like, way too aggro with the squishiest character. Like, you need that aggro spirit in this game. It's not a bad thing to have. Just know when to use it, right? Like, what I just did there when I was running towards that enemy after it had died to pick up the loot that I wasn't even sure if it would exist or not, was not a good idea, because as soon as, like, the smoke had settled, I realized that it had shot a bullet before it died and could have killed me. If I had run into 2 bullets, at least. Just, you know, play it a little bit safer. Yeah, sure, I'll take flame shotgun, why not? It's not the best of weapons. I think I prefer it over the double shotgun. Double shotgun's definitely better in close corridors, but yeah, I think flame shotgun's better in general. Maybe I'm wrong. Double shotgun just wastes a lot of ammo unless you have eagle eyes, but who has eagle eyes? Yeah, I'll take your own level. I was debating patiencing that, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. There are better opportunities to use patience, for sure. They may or may not present themselves, because you can't always guarantee you'll get patience when you also get garbage mutations. Who anniversary? Nuclear Throne anniversary. This game came out... Well, I assume. I didn't actually look up the details of the anniversary, but I'm pretty sure it's not the anniversary of the game existing. I think it's the anniversary of the game's release. But I might be wrong. One or the other, though. Because the game was in early access for at least like a year and a half or so. What am I doing here? I guess I'm taking that. Why? I love myself a bolt weapon. Oh, I fucking forgot I took Bolt Mirror as my first mutation. Of course I'm gonna take a crossbow. You're a noob at that game, Nicholas. You haven't seen anything if you think you're bad. You haven't seen a goddamn thing. I hate to break it to you, but I'm kind of a master at sucking at this game. There have been stories told of someone who sucks more than I. I don't buy it. Pretty sure I'm renowned as the worst player of video games. I don't know. This is actually, it's a harder pick between Plutonium Hunger and Bloodlust. I think Plutonium Hunger will probably keep me alive longer, though. Because I am a shit-baby dumbass. Who will run headstrong into danger. When it's ill-advised. It's ill-advised in most situations, mind you. Obviously. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. I am going to throw away my laser pistol for an assault rifle again. Eat it. It's the way I live. You know, it's a hard life when you... You're not selling it? Well, buy it. Buy it, Nicholas. That's all I'm asking. It's a hard life when you suck at aiming, as much as I do. So if you can, like, spread your bullets mid-fire, it's one of the best assets you can have. Now, there is a laser weapon that does that. I haven't seen it today. And I also just don't really like the laser cannon. It's not bad. I think laser cannon is probably one of my favorite of the laser weapons. Might just straight up be my favorite of the laser weapons. It's got a really punchy feel to it. No. I mean, you know, how can you hate laser minigun? It's gotta be, like, hands down laser minigun. I can't believe I even said for a split second that cannon was better than minigun. Yeah, I saw that you were playing Dark Souls 2. Questionable decision, Nicholas. Questionable decision. I mean, if you've never played Dark Souls 2 before, then fair enough, but it is by far the worst of the Souls. Is this the first time I'm seeing Euphoria today? I'll take it, why not? It's not that much better on offer. I had fun with Dark Souls 2 when it came out. For the same reasons that that everyone did. It was just new Souls after only experiencing Dark Souls 1. I hadn't played Demon Souls. I still haven't played Demon Souls, but I've seen plenty of it. And I'm honestly not really sure how I feel about Demon Souls, but anyways, that's a different day kind of discussion. Right now we're talking about Dark Souls 2. Yeah, we just, I don't know. It was like that, I don't want to say, like, honeymoon period, but it's just like people were wrapped up in the idea that there was another Souls game. That everything felt like heaven for a bit. But it quickly faded. The game is pretty ass tier. I've heard good things about the DLC, but I've never played it. You also bought 3 because you'll play it afterwards. 3 is really good. Like, if you're having fun with 2, you'll have a lot of fun with 3. I had fun with the... Wow, that was close to death. I had fun with Dark Souls 2 PvP. Well, that's the one good thing I can say about it. Is the PvP was pretty fun. Like, I don't know, Dark Souls 2 has some upsides, it's just none of them are where it matters, really. I think Dark Souls 2 had the most viability out of different playstyles, whereas I was hoping, well, you know, you shouldn't hope that that's going to shoot down, but I was hoping that was going to shoot down. Remember when I said my last run was like 10 runs ago? Dark Souls 2 allows many different playstyles. It's hard to say that's a positive, though, because it really comes down to just the game is a lot easier. Oh, that's the end of the level, huh? The game is much, much easier than both Souls 1 and 2, at least for the main campaign. not including DLC. Nothing really pushes the difficulty boundary that far, but the places where it does have very little to do with your character's damage output at all, honestly. Like, I don't know. There are some bosses that are pretty fucking tanky, like way too tanky, in my opinion, and just kind of overstay their welcome. But more often than not, the difficulty in Dark Souls 2 does not come from the bosses. All of the bosses are pretty trivial. The difficulty from Dark Souls 2 is just an absolute shit ton of enemy spam. Donald, I think you followed me originally when I didn't have a beard. I'm pretty sure when I was playing Lion King, I didn't really have a beard. But maybe I'm misremembering. What am I doing here? I think I'm taking a route path. You had fuzz going? That's fair. But yeah, you know, it happens. I shave when it gets annoying. But yeah, Dark Souls 2 sucks. The build variety was a lot more possible in it, which made PvP fun because you weren't fighting the exact same person over and over again. Just guy with big sword / hammer. So that was nice. I mean, I guess if you went to the fucking meta of PvP, then yeah, it is a lot of the same. Like that, there's like that one parrying dagger that was stupidly strong and had like 30 frames. This is an exaggeration, but that has a stupid amount of parry frames on it. For a while, that was the only thing being used, but you know, it's mostly good. PvP was fun. I mean, even still, PvE does allow for a lot more build variety than most of the other Souls games. Like, I tried, like, my first Dark Souls 3 character, I tried to do, Sorcerer. Just because, I don't know. I always want to experiment with the spells in a Souls game the first time I play through it. Even if just a little bit. Like, I think Dark Souls 1, my first character was Pyromancer. I think the same for Dark Souls 2. And honestly, Dark Souls 2, I give it, like, extreme props for having 2 of the sickest fucking Like, there was a lot. There was actually a lot of really fucking cool pyromancy spells in Dark Souls 2. I can't really speak on sorcery in Dark Souls 2. I think that was kind of boring. But, dude, you had the fucking, like... It was actually like a Dragon Ball Z move. I forget who uses it in DBZ because I've never seen DBZ, but... The, like, fucking sun that you hold on your finger and fucking fling it, that shit was sick. There was also, like, a delayed firebomb. Like, there's some really cool... especially for PvP. There are some really cool pyromancies. Bad-mouthing a game he had fun with. Look! It's a shit game, but that doesn't mean it's all shit. Like, you can always find a little bit of gold in there, if you dig hard enough. It's just, overall, the game is kinda unenjoyable. It's by far the hardest to replay. Like, I could replay, and I have replayed Dark Souls 1 countless times, more than I remember. But, yeah, Dark Souls 2 just can't stomach it. Level design is awful. Enemy placement is awful. Enemy design is awful. Bosses aren't that fun, honestly. A lot of the boss fights are kind of boring. There aren't too many redeeming qualities of the gameplay experience outside of the character experience. Like, you can make a fun character in Dark Souls 2, but the world around it that you use that character with sucks, unfortunately. 19 hours of gameplay so far? I probably have somewhere close to 100 hours spread across console and PC for Dark Souls 2, if I had to imagine. Yeah, fuck it, plasma gun, why not? I've basically given up hope on having any success in Nuclear Throne today. So this is what I'm doing. But yeah, Dark Souls 3, I started out being a sorcerer, and there are some cool spells. Like, I really like the Sorcerer Slash. That, like, basically acts as like a fucking lightsaber or something. It's pretty cool, conceptually. In action, though, is complete ass, just because it does no damage at all. I think people did use that in PvP, just as kind of like a meme BM way of killing someone, because it does such an insignificant amount of damage that if you killed someone with that as their final hit, it was just kind of like, I owned you, you know? But admittedly, it does come out fast, so there are some genuine applications in PvP if you just need a quick hit before they heal or something. But yeah, the sorceries, while conceptually being really cool, like there's like a giant fucking laser beam sorcery that looks sick as hell. The only problem is it has like a 10-second wind-up, and after it launches, it's not even that good damage-wise, so completely unusable if you're playing the game solo. Like, you just do not have 10 seconds to charge up a fucking laser beam in Dark Souls combat, especially not Dark Souls 3. Sorcerer is for pussies. You're not wrong. But you gotta try it. You gotta try it. Just to know what's up. And I mean, the answer is, it's not very good. So, I mean, hate to break it to all the pussies out there, but you'd be much better suited just swinging big sword. That is the easiest way to play Dark Souls 3. Which is funny, because, like, people do fucking meme on any sort of ranged gameplay in Souls, because, like, there definitely are situations where you can just cheese enemies by shooting them with arrows a mile away. There are even some bosses of note that you can just kill outside of the boss arena. In Dark Souls 1, at the very least. I think there's one in Dark Souls 2 also. At least one in Dark Souls 2, from what I remember. But in general, like, if you're trying to use, like, a bow, or sorcery, or pyromancy in combat, in Dark Souls 3 at least, it's not very viable. In Dark Souls 1, it's kind of mixed. Sorceries are worse than pyromancies in Dark Souls 1. I mean, sorceries are typically always worse than the pyromancies, just because pyromancies do more damage but are close range. Yeah, the damage is... Why was I doing anything I just did there, by the way? That was so unnecessarily risky. The damage always trumps the range advantage. Alright, what are we looking at here? Assault Slugger? Yeah. What a fucking weird set of weapons here. Have I ever played Into the Breach, and how do I feel about that game? First off, where's the portal? I thought it spawned over here. Into the Breach is a really, really great game. I could not bring myself to get everything unlocked, though. Like, it is such a good game. But for whatever reason, after spending, like, I don't know, probably like 50 or 60 hours in the game, I could check my numbers. Let's see. Into the Breach. Yeah, exactly what I thought it was. 57.7 hours. After playing that much time in the game, just, I don't know, it kind of melded into the same formula every time. The variety of, like, setups are very cool, especially, like, once you unlock... Well, I think you just by the start have random unlocked, but you can't random into classes you haven't unlocked yet. random and like being able to construct your own, it seems like a lot of fun. But I don't know, by the time I had everything unlocked, and, you know, theoretically could, like, because random is probably the most fun way to play the game into the future, like, if I was to keep pushing the game, because I mostly had everything unlocked achievement-wise. I think the only things I was missing was, like, a few of the random achievements and the constructed achievements, but, yeah, I don't know. By the time I actually got to the point where I could play that way, I just lost interest. But it's a great game. Like, if you're looking for a really solid game to drop 57.7 hours in, it's hard not to recommend that. Fucking, what am I doing here? Risk of Rain 2 is weird, though. I mean, I told you briefly that I can't really get into it, but I didn't really explain my why, I guess. Why can't I get into Risk of Rain 2? I played it a few times, on stream even. I've got like a highlight video of me doing, Mercenary? Whatever the sword guy is on Monsoon. To get his alt skin unlocked. It's a number of things that stop me from enjoying Risk of Rain 2. I think the main thing is the moment-to-moment gameplay is not as satisfying as I would want it to be. I feel like a lot of enemies are really, really tanky, which takes me out of it. I'm just going super defensive here because I'm, like, completely... Oh, God! I didn't... I was so autopilot, I didn't realize I was on this level already. But yeah, I am playing very autopilot right now, so... defense is probably most important. Yeah, there's a lot of really tanky enemies, which is just pretty not fun to chew through, no matter what way you look at it. The difficulty scaling is also, like, the way it gets more difficult over time, is not as well-tuned as I liked it from Risk of Rain 1. In Risk of Rain 1, bosses started showing up way, way sooner. And also, like, the most noteworthy thing... Oh, shit. Wait. Cluster launcher, yeah, shoots a big grenade and then smaller grenades. This is not a good weapon for killing myself. But it's, like, the only thing I have. I just kinda have to take it. Here we go, bad-mouthing another game. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's not a bad game, I guess. I just really don't like it. I think there's definitely some good things about it. I suck. I just fucking... Should I do another run, or should I figure out something else to do? Because I'm not doing anything good at nuclear threat. You wouldn't know these were skeleton attempts, unless I told you. I find that a lot of... Well, I don't know. It's kind of like every run feels the exact same in Risk of Rain 2, which is the exact same way Risk of Rain 1 felt, so I'm not gonna say it's necessarily a downgrade from that regard, but I do think that a lot of the fun gameplay from Risk of Rain 1 was lost in Risk of Rain 2. They said in, like, an early blog post before the game was out that they were thinking a lot harder about what is good and bad design when going into making decisions for the game. And you can definitely see that in places. But I don't think they hit the nail on the head with every single change they made. I think that in their eyes, they saw that the fact that you could endlessly grind items was a downside. But I don't know. That was kind of like the fun of of Risk of Rain 1. And it's not like it was completely, you know, without downside, because the game is still getting harder the longer you stay in a level, right? Like, it's not like there's no punishment for farming a level forever. I think I would have preferred it if they still allowed you to farm items from killing bosses, but made that happen way sooner? Because, like, I don't know. I think, because you can reasonably loop the game, like, get to a loop within 20 minutes in Risk of Rain 2. Say, like, 20 to 25 minutes is not that difficult to do. At least if you're playing one of the not incredibly slow, low-damage characters, like Huntress or something. What am I doing here? Trigger fingers, I guess. So, I don't know. I feel like either I would have preferred if they ramped up the difficulty faster so that bosses started showing up as, like, regular spawns sooner. And still allowed the ability to grind on levels endlessly. And I mean, that playstyle is still kept when you take that certain, like, artifact or relic or whatever they're called, the things that change the gameplay with modifiers. But, I don't know. It's not the same feel. It's closer to what I would want, but I wish that they had gone more towards that style of play and maybe added another level of punishment for staying too long in the same level. Like, maybe the difficulty starts ramping up faster the longer you're on one level, which would be a detriment to some people, but if you're good enough at the game and can handle the difficulty increase, then it would be good. Artifacts, yeah. But instead they just cut that play out entirely, and we're like, you're not allowed to get items from bosses anymore. At least not ones that are spawned from difficulty, only ones spawned from boss platforms. So I don't know. I don't particularly find the way the game currently plays to be that fun. Like, especially in the very, very early game is, like, the worst experience. With no artifacts on, the way you are meant to play the game is just wait. Because, like, no enemies spawn at all in, like, the first 5 minutes. It's so fucking slow to get enemy spawn, so you're just standing next to chests that you can't afford. So, like, the actual good strategy for the first few levels is just fucking skip them. I couldn't move. I didn't realize there was a wall there. It's just rush the boss without any fucking items until the game progresses to a point where you can actually get a reasonable enough amount of spawns to kill, to get chests, you know? Risk of Rain 1 had a more satisfying gameplay loop, I think. So I don't know. I feel like I can see where they tried to improve Risk of Rain 2. And, like, jumping to 3D is a huge, huge jump in terms of what it takes to develop the game. So, you know, I'm not gonna say, like, they weren't ambitious. They were definitely ambitious. I just think that I would have preferred a little bit more ambition towards the game design, which I know is insulting because they obviously did try. But I just feel like they kind of missed what made Risk of Rain 1 fun to most people. But hey, the game has gotten, like, really, really widespread success, more so than I would have thought. Like, there's a lot of people who really like Risk of Rain 2. And most people who really like Risk of Rain 2 have never played Risk of Rain 1. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's just because it's easier for people to enjoy a 3D game. Probably. Maybe it's because it was published by Borderlands guys, whose names are eluding me right now. I don't know. Whatever the case is, it's hard to say that Risk of Rain 2 is not doing well for itself. It clearly is. But there's a lot of people who will, like, defend the downsides of Risk of Rain 2 and be like, you just don't get it. When I get it. And if you enjoy it, I'm not saying you can't enjoy it. It's just these are the reasons why I don't enjoy it. One of the other huge gripes I have with the game is the fact that, like, the majority of incoming damage sources are completely undodgeable until you get enough movement speed items. And there'll be people out there who will defend it and be like, no, you just suck at the game, these things are dodgeable. But, like, the perfect example is the unlock for Mercenary, which is do one of the, like, crystal challenges or whatever the fuck the dailies are called, without getting hit. That is a completely unreasonable achievement. At least the way the game currently stands. Obviously, people have done it, but it must not have been very fun. Because the way you have to play to not take damage in the early game, like, he does have the most dodges out of any character. So I'm not going to say that, like, he's at a disadvantage. He is at a little bit of a disadvantage being a melee character, but it's really not the end of the world with how many iframes he gets across all of his different abilities. But still, like, fucking wisps, dude. Like, come on. Come on. They fire a burst of 3 hit scan shots that just straight up do not miss. They do not miss unless you have movement speed. I don't find that particularly fun. That's not the kind of attack that I want the most common enemy in the game to have. You think the feel of 3D is actually fine? They definitely made the movement really nicely. I agree. Well, I agree with one character in particular. I think it's Loader, the alien character. Loader is literally the most enjoyable character in any fucking game I have ever played. The 3D movement with the grappling hook is so fucking good. Like, the conservation of momentum when you get it right. Oh, it's beautiful. I wish there was a little bit more of conservation of momentum. But even as it is, it's still really fucking sick. Hope they keep updating Risk of Rain 2. I think they probably will, honestly. I think they probably will. Because at the very least, they partially developed one other character that's not currently in the game, which is the sniper. And literally, they have teased from the very start of development that the sniper character just fits perfectly into 3D, and it's like such an easy character to implement, but it's still not in the game. So there's no way they don't update the game at some point. You play the Huntress primarily. You've only ever played Huntress in the default character? What? Play as Loader, dude. Play as Loader. When you get the perfect fucking grappling hook to launch you at 10 billion miles per hour, that's the dream, man. It's literally the only character I have fun playing with. Because even though I don't find the game particularly enjoyable, just having a sandbox where you can fly at 10 million miles per hour in first person is a lot of fun. Oh, it's not first person. In third person? I wish there was first person. Side note. I think the game would be a lot more... that was a bad idea. I think the game would be a lot more immersive and feel better in first person. I mean, I just mostly enjoy first person when there is a game in a 3D environment. There are obvious reasons to make a game third person. This is not going so hot, by the way. I'm sucking big time. Dude, when did I pick up Second Stomach? Like, you were watching a ghost play this game. This is like half of my brain. The completely inactive left side, I think. Whichever side of the brain that one is. That's who's playing right now. The one that's talking is not the one that's playing. I'll tell you that much. You prefer first for FPS? Yeah. Yeah, I always prefer firsty. Especially when you get to move really fast. Because, like, there is nothing more fun than moving really fast in first person. Especially in a game like Risk of Rain 2 that has, like, a good sense of scale and, like, good landmarks to tell how fast you're moving. And a reference point of how slow you are walking to how fast you are grappling through the air. If I could get that feeling in first person, whew. But anyways, the completely unavoidable damage goes far beyond just the wisp, though. It really is the majority of enemies. And I mean, wisp counts by itself as the majority of enemies because it is the most common enemy. Is fairly unavoidable damage. But like even why is my game getting framey sometimes? Even some of the non-ranged enemies. And like the fucking mortar guys that start showing up too. Like yes, they telegraph their attacks, but like unless you're constantly paying attention to the ground for some reason, it's basically just invisible damage sources. It's just not my favorite. I think the game would play infinitely better if things shot more slow-moving projectiles like the big wisps do. Because, like, I much prefer... It's more fun to see and to play through in every way than just, like, instant hit-scan attacks like the wisps do. Like, if wisps shot an equally slow, but, like, smaller, less damaging burst of 3 bullets... like the large boys shoot a burst of 2 bullets. Can you just imagine, like, a screen of a shit ton of bullets come towards you? And, like, even if you're going to look at those bullets, like a wave of fucking bullets all over the place, and be like, that's undodgeable? It's no less undodgeable than the instant hit scan attacks, I'll tell you that much. Like, come on. You played about 40 hours in less than a week? That is quite a bit. You feel like the final boss, Mithrix, is a little too easy? I've only fought him twice? And it was all on... fucking... big boy mode, whatever the hard difficulty is. And I died both times. So, it did seem fairly easy, but, like, at the difficulty I was at, it just one-shot me, so... Wisps are fine. I disagree entirely. Entirely, wholeheartedly, disagree. The constant flies flying around you feeling, just like, you know, flies in your face, having to swat them away, they're just an annoyance. Until it gets to the point where it actually matters, once the late game... excuse me, I kind of have to focus for a little bit. Yeah, okay. Good focus. Once the late game elites start popping up, the ones that actually do damage... Is there a fucking, like, memory leak in Nuclear Throne? What's going on here? Like, the game was getting progressively more and more laggy the longer I had it open. I'm just gonna reopen it. I don't know why the game was heating up there. But we're back. Anyways. Wisps. Once the later game, like, Ultra Elites start showing up, and the previously insignificant damage coming from the Elites starts to one-shot you, more or less, it becomes more of a problem that you literally can't dodge the attack. Yeah, I'll wait just for you, buddy. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's basically the end of it anyways. I could list, like, every single attack I have an issue with, but that's not really helpful. You can probably figure that information out yourself just by playing the game. Like, I could live with the inelegant, not very fun damage sources, but that doesn't really solve the fact that the overall game feel is kind of dead from how the original game was. It's a bummer. I am gonna take Bolt and Arrow, because I need a good bolt weapon to carry me, I guess. I mean, my autopilot gameplay really hasn't been that bad here. Hasn't been the worst thing in the world. That is a bolt weapon. It does home. Not a good idea, though. Not a good idea, even if it does work. You know, shoot a few of those in there every now and then. Just for the meme of it. Nope, it's still fucking destroying itself. Is it fucking, like, I don't know what changed. Like, I've done literally nothing different. Oh, you know what I did do? Is Steam still open in the background? Yes. I can't imagine why having Steam open in the background would make my game lag, but that's literally the only thing that changed. So, let's close that and take Grumpa. I'll read that message when I'm not in threat. But today has not been a good nuclear throwing day, man. I really do need to switch to something else, though, because you know, my goal of bulking up my YouTube backlog is not going so well right now. All I wanted was to play various video game so that I may be able to leave my stream alone for a few days while I'm inundated by retail work without the YouTube channel dying. I'm still under threat, but worry not. Those messages will get read in due time. In due time, gamer. Oh. Like right about now. You also feel like the game, early at least, is just filled with big, empty, lonely spaces. Something feels missing from the game. There's nothing like killing the final enemy in a wave and being 1 coin away from opening a chest. Yeah. Enemies don't spawn fast enough in the early game, and I can understand the empty. It is kind of weird. I think that there are some interesting, like, interactables, like the shops and stuff, but they all revolve around spending money, primarily. It's either spend money, or spend life, or spend lunar coins. And that's it. That's the extent of all of that. Also, I'll shout out your "How have you been" to Nicholas, because he's playing Dark Souls 2, so he might not have chat open. Fucking... what do I play next? I'm going to play a video